Patrick Kane gets the puck, sends it across for Campoli. It went over his stick, but Ryan Johnson clears the zone. Hamhuis intercepts, dumps the puck back in. Campoli has it, flips it. Burrows steals, cutting in, shoots, scores! They've slayed the dragon! Alex Burrows, 5:22 into overtime. Game 7 goes to Vancouver, and the Canucks are off to the second round.
Burrows bags it, and the Canucks celebrate. They've done it. They've clobbered the Hawks. It took a while to get there. Up 3 games, tied, overtime. And Alex Burrows goes blocker. Canucks are going on to the next round.
They're all celebrating inside the Vancouver blue line. The Hawks patiently waiting to shake hands here. The third time the charm for the Vancouver Canucks, who were eliminated 2 years in a row in Game 6 of the second round by Chicago. The Canucks almost the victims of maybe the greatest clawback in NHL history, but that's a moot point now. Alex Burrows with both goals in Game 7, the winner in overtime, and now these two bitter rivals shake hands at center as the Canucks prepare to take on Nashville in round 2.
Burrows had his fingerprints all over this hockey game. Opens the scoring, misses a penalty shot, is in the box for overtime, and when he gets out, he makes no mistake. Time to exhale, Vancouver.
Time to exhale, British Columbia. This province was ready to explode, and not in a good way, against its team if this improbable comeback by Chicago had been completed, but instead the roof of this province has been blown off by Alex Burrows, who went 5 games in this series without scoring, but now has 3 in the last 2. And don't forget the stop by Roberto Luongo off Patrick Sharp with Burrows in the penalty box. Oh, how things can change in sport. And Alex Burrows is the hero here on a Tuesday night in Vancouver.
Coming into the playoffs, he had 1 game winner under his belt. He's going to need a bigger belt, Shorty.
The chant is Lou. As the Blackhawks complete the handshakes. And they'll head off. They went down as champions would. And the Canucks now salute this crowd at Rogers Arena. Chicago not the same team it was a year ago. But you can't deny the heart of the Blackhawks. Bested in Game 7 by Alex Burrows and Roberto Luongo. And these fans are going crazy here as the Canucks make their final exit. Our Rick Ball is standing by at the Vancouver bench. And he'll be joining us in just 1 second as Henrik Sedin gets a big hug from Ben Brown of the Canucks Media Relations Department. And now Ryan Kessler joins Rick Ball. Take it away, Rick.
All right, thanks, guys. Well, Ryan, talk about emotions, not just the series, but that game. How crazy was it out there?
That was great. It's Game 7. It's exciting, and, you know, we deserved this one, and we fought hard, and, you know, Burr played one of the best games of his career.
And you kill off the penalty early in overtime. We'll get to that in a second. But, you know, the late goal, shorthanded, obviously, let the air out of the balloon a little bit. What was the vibe in the room between the end of the regulation and overtime?
We believed. You know, one word, we knew that those guys didn't respect us. They didn't think we could win, and we wanted to come out and show them, and, you know, we did.
Big kill, obviously early. Burr's in the box. You kill it off. He comes out, makes amends with the goal.
Yeah, you know, that was a huge kill. We killed it. Burr's been one of our best PKers all year, and we did it for him. and he pays us back by scoring a great goal.
Ryan, I know it's obviously an emotional win, but it's just one step along the way, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one step. Now we move on. We celebrate tonight. We got over this hump, and now we're going on to the next round.
Give us a real quick thought on Nashville.
Yeah, they're a tight defensive team, and we gotta play our best hockey to win against them.
Thanks, Cass. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Rick, you can tell just by the tone of his voice, the pitch of it, how excited Ryan Kesler is. Sometimes not as much emotion in the interviews he gives, but there was a lot of emotion there as Roberto Luongo now tosses his goal stick to a lucky fan in the seats just inside the Vancouver blue line. And it's party central here at Rogers Arena, Dave. For a while there, you thought maybe it might not be like this, but it is now. And the hero of the night is Alex Burrows. And Alex Burrows, I thought he was going to be with Rick. He's heading off the bench. Alex Burrows is going to do a TV interview. He joins Kevin Bieksa on the ice. They exchange hugs here.
Imagine the emotions for Alex Burrows.
All right, here's Rick Ball again.
Well, Kevin, what can you say about that game? Obviously the right finish, but the emotions must have taken a beating.
Yeah, wow. Still trying to calm down. What an amazing feeling. I know a game that we were ahead the whole time, played well. They battled back and got one with a couple minutes left, and we were resilient. We had a good feeling in the dressing room going into overtime, and it worked out.
Obviously when you're up 3-0 and you find yourself in a 7th game and then you give up a shorthanded goal late, what are you thinking at that point? I mean, to come out like you did, kill a penalty early in overtime and get the winner. You talked about resiliency. That must have been a big part of your guys' victory tonight.
Yeah, it's one thing to say that you're a mentally tough team and not really go through any adversity and cruise through the season. But to go through what we did, up 3, losing 3 in a row, everybody betting against us, give up a late one, kill a big penalty. It was as resilient as you could get.
Kev, congratulations. Good luck against Nashville.
Thanks, Rick.
We got Roberto Luongo here, guys. Louis, congrats on the win. An emotional series, an emotional game tonight. Just what's going through your head right now?
A lot of things, but it's so awesome when you see a goal like that in overtime. You can't beat that stuff, man.
You go from that late goal, shorthanded, and then you have to kill off a penalty early in the OT period. Obviously, that was huge, and to have Burr step out of the box and get the winner must have been massive.
Oh my God, it's unbelievable. It was great that I was able to witness something similar in the Olympics, and really helped me out in my preparation for overtime. And came out. Obviously, I had to make one big save, and then Burr sealed it.
A similar save like you had to make in the Olympics, too. It was the other shoulder, I think, wasn't it? But it was a shoulder save.
Yeah, it was a shoulder save, but this was more of a backdoor play. It's just nice to be able to be rewarded.
I mentioned this to Kesler. It's obviously a great win over a team that's had your number the last 2 years, but it's just one step along the way. You still got a lot of work to do.
It's only the first round, so it's that's what the playoffs are all about. Like I said even before they started, there's a lot of ups and downs, but you got to stay with it. You got to stay composed, and obviously these guys didn't quit. They didn't want to let us go easily, and we found a way to win.
All right, Louis, one last question. You don't get to start in Game 6. Mentally, you come out in Game 7, you make some big saves, you give up just the one goal. How tough was it mentally to get ready after what happened the last game? You had said all the right things after the game, and yet your opportunity tonight, and we're a big part of the win.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. I'm going to be honest with you. Obviously, I'm a competitor. I wanted to play, and like I said, though, you put the team ahead of you, and I think the best thing that could have happened to me was going in late in the game, Game 6, and not having to think, just jump in there, made a few saves, and got back in the rhythm.
Thanks a lot, Louis. Congratulations. Good luck against Nashville.
Thank you.
All right, there he is. Roberto Luongo made that big save off Patrick Sharp, guys, in overtime. Huge penalty kill. And then Alex Burrows, what a game for him. He probably could have had a couple more. But they kill off the penalty with Burrows in the box, and he winds up being the hero in OT, and this place is still going crazy.
What a roller coaster ride for Alex Burrows. Baller, great job. A candid interview with Roberto Luongo there, fully admitting this was not easy for him as a competitor to have the disappointment of not starting Game 6, but what a game he played in Game number 7. And Alex Burrows with that roller coaster ride that featured a couple of goals, a missed penalty shot, a penalty in overtime. Oh, my goodness. He will be exhausted mentally at some point not too long after this game. We remind you again, The overtime was brought to you by the Boathouse, and we are happy to announce that you can continue catching Vancouver Canucks playoff hockey at the Boathouse Bar. Appy hour on every day from 3 to 6. Appy's just $2.99 and daily beer and cocktail specials for $4.99. And while we're talking about business, let's mention as well that the overtime winner by Alex Burrows produced another winner in Safeway Score and Win. Lorelli Smaha of Smithers by swiping your free club card. You won a Pentax Optio i10 digital camera. Congratulations to Lorelli on the biggest goal of the year for the Canucks. And Dave, I would put to you the winning goal in the second biggest game in Vancouver Canucks history. I don't think you can ever surpass Game 7 in '94 against the Rangers until you win a Stanley Cup. But in my mind, this game, at this juncture in Canucks history, with the fallout that likely would have occurred had the Canucks lost a 3-0 lead to Chicago and bowed out in the opening round of the playoffs, Canucks win in overtime, in my mind, the second biggest game in their history.
And one of the most opportune moments for Alex Burrows, who battled some press in the first couple of games of this series. And, of course, when the Hawks evened things up, Burrows had a fantastic game, though, in Game 6, and follows it up with the first goal of this game, the last goal of this series. And I'll tell you what, it was an emotional roller coaster all the way through, but it's just the first round. It's going to continue, and the Canucks will continue to play as well.
The winning goal, I forgot to write it down. It came at 5:22 of overtime. Thank you, Blake Price, who is patiently waiting to commence the post-game festivities. It'll be a happy phone board. Blake is pleased about that. It could have been something quite different if not for the end result of this one. We don't know when the Canucks will start the playoffs against Nashville yet. We'll keep our eye on any dispatches from the NHL. May not find out tonight, may not find out until tomorrow. May not find out until the Montreal Canadiens series wraps up, because television commitments and interests may have a say in when the Canucks start their second round. But we can tell you they'll be in it, and it will be against the Nashville Predators. This memorable, amazing Game 7 from Rogers Arena is complete. In overtime, the Vancouver Canucks win it 2-1. They win the best of 7, 4 games to 3.